Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got an exciting one for you. I'm going to be talking about some hidden gold in bulk bins. That's right, some must-have cards that you're overlooking, some rares that are extremely, well, rarely this price. Let's jump into it. Now, let's start things off with one that you might think is a joke, but it is most definitely not a joke. When you first see this card, you're like, oh, that's gimmicky. It's like, well, no, that actually can be an incredibly powerful card. Rampant Frogantua. Even the name seems like a joke, but I'm here to tell you that, again, this is a bulk bin legend. A 3/3 frog with trample for 3 mana. Now, it gets +10/+10 for each player who has lost the game, which is absolutely insane because, well, again, for just 3 mana, this can be a 13/13 or a 23/23 in a game of Commander, depending on, well, what part of the game you're at. On top of that, whenever it deals combination to a player, you may mill that many cards, put any number of land cards from them on the battlefield tapped. Even with just that, to start things off, okay, again, being able to have a 3/3 that when it hits, you can mill and cheat lands into play, essentially, that is massive. Again, any kind of a stompy deck, if you've got anthems, you've got pump effects, this can already hit hard, get you a lot of lands, and ramp incredibly quickly. And of course, on top of that, again, the longer the game goes, the bigger the threat this is. Again, probably the biggest threat on the board the longer the game goes, because it's going to get absolutely massive. Pick it up right now for just 39 cents. And I should mention that you can pick it up and all the other cards on this episode with that card list link in the description below. Next up, Brightcap Badger. This is one that gets slept on because, well, let's just read it real quick. A 3/4 Badger Druid for 4 mana in green. It's got Fungus Frolic for 3 mana instant adventure that says you get 2 1/1 Saproling tokens. That being said, also each Fungus and Saproling you control has tap for a green. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 green Saproling creature token. Now, here's the thing. Again, when it comes to these kinds of cards that have, like, a lot of things on them, like a lot of text, if I get how it's got 2 parts to it, and, like, well, 3 mana is a lot to make 2 1/1s. Okay, I mean, it's still a good thing to have that option, but, like, let's just ignore that even. If this was just, hey, at the beginning of your end step, you make a 1/1, and on top of that, all those 1/1s that you're making can tap for mana. If this literally just said instead, and yes, I know this is technically different, right? Because, like, this has the ability, so if this gets, taken out, then, like, your Sapling's gonna no longer tap for mana. Sure. But let's just say this was just like, okay, at the end of your turn, make a Llanowar Elves. Yeah, that would see a lot more play. Because players would then inherently understand that, oh, every single turn, I'm getting a 1/1 that can tap for mana. Yeah, that's massive. That's huge. That is a repeat creature token generator, which a lot of your kinds of decks like to have. Again, go wide strategies. Fungus and Saproling strategies, I guess, right there. That, yeah, sure. But also, of course, like aristocrat-style strategies. Strategies that care about, having a lot of mana. There's a lot of different decks that can utilize a card like this. And yeah, you do have that option to make those 2 1/1s if you need to. If you've got that mana lying around on turn 3, sure, go for it. Why not? An amazing card. Check it out right now for just 55 cents. Players don't like risk. Some players, I should say. I'm here to tell you that you should be okay with risk, especially mitigated risk, and especially risk that allows you to politic. Octomancer. Yeah, it might seem like a, joke card. Like, I guess a lot of cards in Bloomberg are like, oh, that's adorable. How could it ever be powerful? My goodness, Octomancer is good. A 3/3 frog druid for 5 mana in Simic. Gift and Octopus. Again, I feel like a lot of players out there underrate the gift cards because they're like, well, I don't want to give someone something. Okay, well, it's not really that big of a deal. You're in a multiplayer game of Commander. It's not like you're playing against one player and you're like, well, we're even now. No. It's not even at all. You are making a deal with another player. You make that deal and you say, hey, as I cast this spell, I promise I'll give you an octopus. It's an 8/8, which is probably the biggest thing on the board. Here, I'll give you that. You can never attack me with that. Okay? All right. Cool. All right. Sweet. Now you've got someone else having a giant creature that they can attack other players with. But wait, there's more. Beginning of each end step, create a token's copy of target creature token that enter the battlefield this turn. Oh, so you get an 8/8 octopus too. For 5 mana, you're getting 11 total power. But not really. For 5 mana, you're getting 19 total power. One of which are creatures that's not in your control, but also one that's not going to attack you because you made that deal because you're great at politicking. On top of that, of course, again, every single end step, not just your own, that's up to 4 times with each trooper on the table. You get a token of any creature token that enter the battlefield. That doesn't mean just yours, but opponents as well. Yeah, it's an insane effect. It's just, okay, you get free things throughout the game after getting 19 total power onto the board. Okay, just 11 under your side, but still, again, an extra 8 that can go elsewhere. Yeah, that's a very good card. Pick it up right now. Token decks, pick it up right now. Go wide strategies, populate strategies, politics decks, stompy decks, pick it up. Speaking of stompy decks, though, yeah, this is like the green creature that's just like, hey, I'm super green. Aggressive Mammoth. An 8/8 elephant for 8 mana and green with trample that says, very simply, other creature control trample. Yeah, super green. Again, this is when green was just like green. When it was like, hey, green, big creatures. All right, cool. Make my other green creatures like hit harder too. All right, I guess all creatures, but still. Anyways, everything's green. This is already, again, an 8/8 for 6 mana. That is a lot of power for just 6 mana. That being said, on top of that, again, trampling, being able to get damage through, it's lovely. But also, it's a way to get all of your team through as well. Yeah, this is a really, really, really great card for, again, stompy strategies, big creature strategies, etc., etc. Do you have a commander that needs to get damage through that's got a lot of power, that can gain power, all the above? Elephant tribal, I guess? Sure, that too. Anyways, just 32 cents for this gem. Pick it up. Now here's one that's worth your attention. Firbolg Flutist, a 4/4 giant bard. Actually didn't realize it was giant based on the picture. Yeah, okay, cool, it's a giant. Anyways, for 6 mana in red. When it enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature you don't control until end of turn. Untap it, it gains haste and myriad until end of turn. Yeah, that's quite nice. Being able to have this ETB, and you're like, all right, cool, I get that creature. Whatever the best creature on the board is, most likely, like, yeah, that one. Cool, it's mine. Again, basically threaten effect. It gains haste. Oh, but on top of that, it gets myriad, meaning that, again, whenever it attacks, for every opponent other than the defending player, you get a token copy that's attacking that player. Oh, by the way, yeah, they go away. But here's the thing. If that creature had an ETB, you get that ETB. Or LTB if it has it too. Or, you know, or like combat damage trigger. You get so many benefits from doing that. It's absolutely crazy. On top of you just going like, okay, I'll take the best creature on the board and swing at anyone. Now, obviously, if that creature is legendary, you're not getting to, you know, keep those tokens through combat, essentially, right? That being said, if it's just an ETB that you care about, you're like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll take that, whatever it is. Eldrazi, cool, all right, Annihilator on each of you, cool, good for me. Actually, only Annihilator on the first one, okay, fine. Combat damage triggers, whatever you're doing, absolutely incredible. Heavy hits, and I guess even just like a Mold Drift, you're like, all right, I'll draw 6. Cool, why not? Our final creature, though, Thorn Mammoth. Again, green just being green. It's not easy being green is what Kermit the Frog once said, and Kermit was wrong. 6/6 elephant with trample for 7 mana in green. Whenever it or another creature enters the battlefield under control, Thorn Mammoth fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. This is a crazy good card. Again, this is repeat removal that's just sitting on the board for you, and it's a good threat, too. This is a creature that says, hey, you know what? I got it, all right? You got another creature in play? Cool. All right, you take something out, take something out, take something out, take something out. This is a 6 power, 6 toughness creature that when it fights can take out probably basically anything. There are a few things that it won't be able to take out, obviously, but of course, if you got some pump effects or whatnot, Anthem's in play, cool, then you can. And yes, it is fighting, so it does take damage itself, which, yes, can be a bad thing. But, of course, yeah, if you've got, like, say, indestructibility, then it doesn't matter. Or if you're just taking out, again, medium-sized to smaller creatures each time, or again, like, 5-power creatures, sure, it can keep surviving that. But, yeah, if it is indestructible and you keep getting creatures through, you know, onto the battlefield, you can just keep taking out creature after creature after creature after creature. This thing can take out so many things, and, of course, it also counts its own TB and ETB as well, so just keep that in mind. It ETBs, it fights, and then just keeps on fighting and taking things out. Now let's switch up strategies. Let's say you're playing mono red. Hey, are you using Tectonic Reformation? You're not? You should be. Tectonic Reformation is an enchantment for 2 mana and just 22 cents in red. I mean, 2 mana in red, 22 cents in total. You know what I mean. Each land card in your hand has cycling for a red mana. Cycling for 2, so you can cycle this away if you don't need it. It's not a dead card basically ever. I mean, if it is a dead card, then you just get rid of it and you're like, all right, go away. But if you are at a point where you're like, okay, yeah, I've got extra mana lying around, let's play this early on or whatnot. Now this makes so that every single one of your lands is no longer a dead card. Every single land in your deck is just, okay, cycling for basically as cheap as you can cycle. Street Wraith is like, hey, no. That's me. Pay 2 life, that's cheaper. Okay, agree, Street Wraith, but still like 1 mana, very, very cheap. Being able to just cycle away, again, those dead lands in your hand, that's huge. Of course, especially for decks on top of that benefit from cycling or benefit from discarding cards or having things that are graveyard, that also benefits you as well, so keep that in mind. But yeah, again, at the very least, just having that flexibility to say, lands are no longer dead cards, let's replace them and be able to dig down to better cards, this is huge. Okay, this is super embarrassing, but anyone else not realize that that's Emrakul in the top left? I never even really looked at the art in that way. That should be pretty obvious that that's Emrakul, but yeah, it's like a different angle. See, I didn't realize it was Emrakul. This is awkward. Anyways, Gravitational Shift is a great card, though. I guess I paid attention more so to what the card does than actually the picture on it, essentially. And like, I was like, oh, there's a dragon over there. It's like flying to like, I don't even know, like a moon. I don't know. 71 cents for this gem, though. Enchantment for 5 mana in blue. Creatures with flying get +2/+0. Creatures without flying get -2/-0. This is a massive card for any kind of a deck that's built around flyers. Again, whether it's Talrend that's like make your own flyers, or again like dragons, or again like a deck that just has a good amount of flyers in it. Here's the thing, again, not only it is a pump effect, again, +2/+0 does not help you out on toughness, which is probably okay, again, because you have flyers. Again, they are evasive and they're typically getting through. On top of that, though, this just mitigates your opponent's creatures a ton. It's kind of like a mini Elish Norn in a way, because again, Elish Norn's like all your creatures +2/+2, all your opponent's creatures -2/-2. It's kind of like that, but on an enchantment just for flyers and negate the toughness, okay? So, I mean, a little bit not like that too, but still a big impact, again, benefiting you, punishing opponents, making it so your creatures are deadlier, again, in like Talrand's case, like doubly as deadly, and making it so your opponent's creatures can't hit nearly as hard. Again, against like certain like token strategies, like, I've got a bunch of 1/1 soldiers. Oh, now they don't hit at all. Okay, cool. Good for you. I got a bunch of 2/2 knights. Don't hit at all. Don't care. So yeah, being able to just protect yourself while also increase your attack, yeah, this is a massive card. This is where things get interesting, though, because next up we got Primordial Mist, and it's only 15 cents. My goodness. Enchant for 5 mana in blue. Beginning your end step, you may manifest the top card of your library. Again, put on the battlefield, face down as a 2/2. Turn it face up anytime for its mana cost as a creature card. You can also, though, exile a face down permanent you control face up and play that card this turn. Which means, well, okay, let me read. You still pay the cost. Okay, timer will still apply. Okay, there's some specifications to that. That being said, basically, again, the downside, quote unquote, to like manifest is that, oh, okay, you can only really take advantage of it to play it, you know, to actually turn it face up by paying for that, is to actually have it be a creature. This says, oh, don't worry about that. That's okay. It can be basically anything. Let's just change the rules of manifest in a way. On top of that, with manifest, this is a massive card for blank decks. If you have a blank deck like Brago, please consider this card. Because all of a sudden, you're like, oh, okay, I've got all these face-down 2/2s. All right, oh, well, this thing's like a massive enchantment. This thing's like a massive artifact. This thing's like this, this thing's like that. Oh, you can freely blink those. Again, you just literally go, okay, Brago swings, or creature, or whatever, doesn't matter what it is, the face-down ones, all right? Brago swings, you hit, whatever, and then you're like, okay, blink all the things that I want to blink. Cool, blink those, they flip over, there you go, you just cheated on that cost. You just basically cheat and play all those things. You get ETBs, you get LTBs, whatever you're getting. I mean, you don't get the LTBs right away for those, but you get the ETBs. Anyways, being able to do that with blink decks, that's massive. This is also basically a token generator for you, and it's also a way to have basically card advantage too. It's kind of like draw an extra card each turn as well that you can also just keep as a creature when you need to be a creature. And then basically, yeah, play it whenever you need to play it. It's a huge card. It's massive. It's in so many strategies. Pick it up. This bulk bin legend, I mean, literally, it's a legendary card, is so underrated. And it's such funny art. It's like, hey, look, I'm living in a giant space. Look at this obnoxiously large candle. Aha, I'm right here. I'm trying to put it out. Anyways, raised by giants. It is 6 mana in green, and it is well worth every one of those manas. Legendary enchantment background creatures, commander creatures you own, have base power toughness 10/10 and are giant in addition to the other types. If it's just all creatures, that'd be insane. Still, here's the thing. This is a card that says, you know what, I'm just 21 cents, and I will change the entire game. The entire game is going to be forever changed, and there's nothing you could do about it because my commander is massive. My commander is huge. When it comes to some of these backgrounds, like, some players are like, well, that's just for the commanders that have, like, choose a background. No. No. You can ignore that part. You don't have to care about that part. Yeah, it's a great background for commanders that have a background, but it's just also like do I want, like, a permanent Blackblade Reforged attached to my commander in a way? Yeah, that'd be great. Here's the thing. Obviously, this is more effective for commanders that are on the medium-sized to smaller end. If you already have, like, Dragon as your commander, you're not going to be like, well, Raised by Giants seems like a great idea. No. But yes, if you've got a lower-to-the-ground or, mid-sized commander, and that commander cares about hitting, my goodness, you're like, okay, cool. All of a sudden, yeah, you went from 3 power to 10 power. That's +7/+7 permanently on the battlefield. And again, in my opinion, enchantments are the hardest permanent type to deal with typically, so it's going to stick around there for quite a long time and basically turns your commander into a near 2-shot KO. Yes, it is a 3-shot KO, but again, any other pub effect will turn to a 2-shot KO, and Double Strike or something like that will turn it into a 1-shot KO or doubling power. Go pick this card up. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, again, Blackblade Reforged sees so much play. I'm not saying it is that, because Blackblade can obviously grant you even more power than that throughout the game. It can grant you more. That being said, it's like, let's just get to that standard of a 10/10. My commander is going to be the biggest creature on the board no matter what, basically. And this is huge. Again, another card that suffers from, it has so much text on it, I don't want to read it all. I'm not using it. Syndrome. Verdant Command, an instant for 2 mana in green. Choose 2. Target player creates 2 tap 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. Counter target loyalty ability of a planeswalker. Exile target card from my graveyard. Target player gains 3 life. This does an absurd amount of things for you. Do you know how much play Kranko's command sees? A lot. A good amount of play. I mean, those types of cards, I should say. So it's like, all right, cool, make 2 1/1s. Great. This does that, and then some. Now, yes, your 1/1s do come into play tapped. That being said, this is instant speed, so there you go. You got flexibility there. On top of that, though, countering a loyalty ability of Planeswalker can be like a huge, like, haha. Yeah, I mean, people don't really expect that ever. Like, absolutely ever. But yeah, being able to go, oh, you're trying to ultimate with that? No. Yeah, that can be great. Don't count on that one, though, and you don't really care about that one all the time, but, like, being able to get rid of a card from my graveyard can be massive again. Being like, okay, that player can either recur that card, I don't want them to get that back, I don't want them to recast out of their graveyard if they've got, like, flashback for it, reanimation, whatever it's going to be, that can be very impactful. Or target player gains 3 life, sure, just an extra life, why not? That's great, too. But yeah, again, when it comes to like, all right, make 2 1/1s for 2 mana, this is on curve with that, and it also gives you more than that too, and it's instant speed and it's flexible. Pick it up. Again, kind of like Octomancer, a card that is underrated because it's like, well, what's the benefit to me? Yeah, there's a lot of benefit. Wrong turn, and it's got some adorable art too. He's like, I went the wrong way. Okay, yeah, all right. All right, I guess I'll just stay here. Instant for 3 mana in blue. Target opponent gains 12 target creature. Yeah, this is absolutely massive. And it does remind you that if an attacking or blocked creature changes controllers, it's removed from combat. So here's the thing. Again, opponent. What a mean opponent. They're going to attack you with the biggest creature on the board, and you're like, oh, me, huh? Me. You're attacking me with the biggest creature on the board. Oh, it's your commander, too. Okay, well, that's just rude. I cast wrong turn. All right, other 2 opponents. Hi. Who wants to be my best friend? That is the best creature on the board right now, okay? That player's commander. That's the best creature on the board. Who wants to permanently gain control of it? Which one of you 2 wants it? Okay, make a deal. All right, again, literally, you can never attack me with it. You can never block me with it. It's something that you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have this creature, all right? Or you just make the deal like you have to attack the opponent who actually owns that creature every single turn, okay? Like, that's just a funny deal you can make with it. Again, you are basically taking out a massive threat to you. You can actually stop it mid-combat, too, which is hilarious, either attacking or blocking. And you say, you know what? Let's turn it against all the other players but me and the player I'm giving it to. Yeah, that is a massive play. Again, it's kind of pseudo removal in a way, but also it's like, all right, I don't get control of it. I don't need control of it. That player's going to do my bidding for me with the creature. Yeah, it's a great card. Speaking of great cards, my goodness, Thrilling Encore is a steal right now at 49 cents. An instant for 5 mana in black. Put on the battlefield under control all creature cards and all graveyards are put there from the battlefield this turn. You literally can do nothing the entire game. I mean, don't do this, but like literally, if you're just like, okay, I play a land, go. Okay, next turn, I play a land, go. And you do that for like 10 turns, and it's like toward the end of the game, your opponents are like, what is that player doing? Oh, well, the board's like really filled up anyways. All right, I cast Wrath of God. All right, all these 20 creatures are going to go away, and you're like, okay, I play Thrilling Encore. I win the game. Yeah, you basically do. You could just do absolutely nothing, and if you just play this at the right time, you just win. You just rise the Dark Realms at instant speed, essentially, with it. Yes, it is conditional. Yes, it depends on when things are happening. Yes, there's also ways for you to utilize this in concert with your own Wrath effect. That can get quite expensive, yes, but yeah, black has got plenty of ways to ramp. Obviously, number one. Number two, there are some cheap, kind of repeatable, like, you know, like edict effects too, or not repeatable necessarily, some repeatable. But yeah, being able to go like okay, everyone sacrifices like 3 creatures, or like Vonus Hunger, like everyone sacrifices an absurd amount of creatures. Cool, I can just then play this, and in 8 mana in total, that's well worth it. Regardless, it is such a good card, or just even in a combat where like creatures are dying here, there, and everywhere, that you're just gaining control of an absurd amount of creatures out of nowhere, and players are not expecting it. Utilize this card to take over game and win. In a somewhat similar way, let's talk about Come Back Wrong. Now, red is the color of betrayal, I guess, in a way. When it's like, all right, threaten effect, come over here, you swing with me, all right? Blue is the color of, like, permanent betrayal. Like, all right, control magic, like, you're on my side now. Okay, cool. Black is like, all right, I want to do that too. How do I do it? I kill it first, and then it's mine, temporarily. Come Back Wrong is a sorcery for 3 mana in black. Destroy target creature. If a creature card was put in a graveyard this way, return to the battlefield under your control, sacrifice via next end step. Your next end step, I should say. So, this is one where you're like, all right, I play this. I, again, am removing whatever creature I want, whatever the biggest threat on the board is that I want to get rid of. Okay, that's gone. But now it's mine. And yes, I have to sacrifice it at the beginning of next end step. But still, I am temporarily gaining control of, again, potentially the best creature on the board. I get whatever LTB it has, or whatever ETB it has, whatever ability it has, whatever effect it has, attack trigger, any of those things. Sure, I'm sacrificing it, but again, I got rid of something. I temporarily got it. And, yeah, again, I got whatever, you know, I got whatever giant trigger that it has. Again, just keep in mind, there are so many creatures out there that have so many great ETBs, abilities, effects. You're like, all right, I temporarily get it. Thank you. It's mine now. Okay, goodbye. There's also ways to potentially get around, again, if you're, like, sacrificing things at the end step. There's also, you're like, hey, you know what, let's just end the turn type effects. There are those, too. That's a bit more edge case, but, yeah, that's quite a fun thing to do with it, too. It's a very good card. Next up, Saproling Symbiosis. You know what's nice? Doubling up your team. Yeah. Sorcery for 4 mana in green. You may cast this on flash. You pay 2 more to cast it. Again, another card that's like, if it had less text on it, if it didn't have that on that, it might see more play. Because players be like, oh, well, I didn't want to read past that. Create a 1/1 green sapling creature token for each creature you control. Basically, again, double up your army. That's all this is. Also, Saprolings look really scary in that picture. It's kind of funny. But yeah, basically, again, Are you going to be just doubling up your army for 4 mana? Yeah, you're going to be doubling up your entire army for 4 mana. There are so many go-wide strategies out there, token strategies out there, and this is Nazi playing them for some reason when it's just like, okay, 4 mana, double up your army. Oh, and if you want to just, like, surprise your opponents and do this at instant speed, yeah, 6 mana, okay, cool. Do that. Get that. It's an amazing card. Next up, very similar, Visions of Glory. Just 14 cents for this one. Sorcerer for 5 mana in white. Create a 1/1 white human creature token for each creature you control. Again, double up your army. By the way, also flash it back for, well, 10 mana. Sure. Again, something the flashback is nice, though. Oh, but wait, it costs less than that. It costs X less to cast this way, where X is the greatest mana value of a commander you own on the battlefield or in the command zone. Basically, hey, your commander, what's it cost? Cool. All right, reduce that. So here's the thing. Yes, some players out there might be like, well, I have to have my commander. It's only for commanders that, like, cost a good amount, or, like, I'm not going to get a lot of value on that flashback. Sure, but, like, even if your commander just costs, say, 3, all right, you can pay 7 to do that again, and you just double up your army. Now you're basically quadrupling your army. Yeah, I'll pay that. Okay, even if your commander costs 2, sure, I'll pay 8. What if your commander costs 6? Okay, I'll pay 4. I'm paying less than the actual spell actually cost the first time. Or if your commander costs 8, cool, awesome. It's like free. It's like 2 mana. So yeah, this is a card that, again, don't get just like bogged down by like, well, that flashback cost is absurdly expensive. And unless I have a commander that makes it cost basically nothing, I'm not going to play it. At 5 mana, it's already an amazing effect, okay? Just like playing it the first time. And being able to flash it back for a more expensive amount or even less is insanely good. Pick it up. Have you ever tutored for a tutor with a tutor? I have. Bring to Light is an amazing card. I absolutely love it. You don't have to utilize it for a tutor, but you can. It's a sorcerer 5 mana in Simic, and it says, hey, search life for a creature, instant or sorcerer card, mana cost less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast Bring to Light. Exile that card, then shuffle your library. You may cast a card paying its mana cost. This is a crazy good card. There aren't too many ways to just like tutor something immediately out or just like play it basically right away. Not many ways at all to do that. And yeah, this is more restricted to, again, like let's say like a probably 4 to 5 color deck. But here's the thing. 5 color is the best color combination. Wooburg for life. Anyways, being able to just go, okay, I spent Wooburg on this. I get to go search for anything that costs 5 or less. That's a creature, instant, or sorcery. And play it. Cool. Good for me. Here's the thing, though, again. Let's say that you're like, well, in this situation, I really need an enchantment, like the specific enchantment in my deck. Okay, cool. Go get a tutor. Yeah. Go get Diabolic Tutor. Cool. With this, you get to cast it for free. Okay, it's like you just cast that. All right, now you get to go get that enchantment. Cool. Again, this is much more flexible than people realize because you can just literally go get a tutor with this to actually go tutor up the thing that you might need in that scenario. Now, you can't play that right away, but still. So again, cheat out any creature with this. Cheat out any instant or sorcery. This is a game-changing card. It's absolutely amazing. Pick it up right now for the very, very low price of just 27 cents. Next up, one that I will never understand how this is this cheap. Revival Revenge. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, I think again, because it has so much stuff on it, like typically, like people are like, well, I need both halves. If I don't have both halves and don't care about both halves, then it doesn't matter to me. Revival, a sorcery for, well, Orzhov, return to our creature card, convert mana cost 3 less for greater the battlefield. If you're like, well, my deck doesn't have a lot of small creatures. I don't care. You can ignore that part. Just don't pretend it's not there. Just like literally, I mean, don't cut your card in half because then this wouldn't be a legal card. But like pretend that you cut your card in half. You don't have access to that, okay? Revenge. Sorcery for 6 mana. Double your life total. All right. Already just at that, there are cards that are like, oh yeah, they see a lot more play than this and they just do that. Oh, by the way, target opponent loses half their life rounded up. Oh my goodness. This is literally, again, let's just say that you're in just a plain game scenario, okay? Opponent's at 40, you're at 40. You're like, okay, I go to 80, you go to 20. That's a 60 life point swing. My goodness, for 6 mana, that completely changes the face of the game. You've got 4 times as much life as they do now. My goodness, it's also a combo card that can win you the game in a variety of ways. Again, Sanguine Blood, or Sanguine Bond, whatever. Sanguine Blood, yeah. The player's gone. The player's gone. The player's gone. Sanguine Bond, Exquisite Blood. Sanguine Blood. Anyways, I keep saying them wrong. Of course, also on top of that, like Warlock class, like doubling up life loss too. Yeah, you have ways to just combo with this and win, but even if not that, it's a massive way to gain an absurd amount of life to drain opponents a ton. And again, there's other cards that basically do that, and they see a lot more play than this because they're not on a split card. Because it's on a split card, it gets punished because players don't like, well, again, I don't have a use for Revival, so like, why would I play it? Who cares? You don't need both halves, you just need one half. Revenge is amazing. Finally, though, Golden Argosy. This is a card that I absolutely love. It's a 3/6 Ledge Artifact vehicle for 4 mana. Now can be your commander when Edge of Eternities comes out. Who knew? Anyways, when it attacks, exile each creature that crewed at this turn. Turn the battlefield, tap other control, begin X end step, crew 1. Oh my goodness, can this be like a new Brago, but in colorless for as a commander? Cool. That being said, this is a card that's basically like, outside of it being a potential new commander, is an amazing card in the 99 where, let's say you're in a color combination that doesn't really have a lot of good blink effects. This is a repeat mass blink effect. Literally, it's just like, okay, crew 1, all right, so any number of creatures can crew it. You overcrew it a ton, right? You just shove all those creatures onto this boat. You're like, all right, boat, go do your thing. Yes, you have to attack. You do have to do that, okay? You do have to have Golden Argosy go swing out into the mist. You can make deals with this with a player if, it's a bit, risky out there, essentially. You can have other ways to maybe get it through. Yeah, it does kind of look like it could fly. It's kind of like hovering on top of that, but it doesn't fly. Anyways, if you got ways to get through, great. Ways to pump it, great. Ways to, make deals with opponents, great. Or if it's early enough in the game where this can survive, good for that too. Or if the opponent swung out and they're wide open, cool. This is a thing where it's like, okay, I get to essentially say, all you creatures that just crewed me, go away, come back. Again, mass blink effect. And again, it's a delayed blink effect. Do keep that in mind. Tapped Elder's Control at the beginning next end step, meaning that, hey, here's the thing. Yeah, you can actually utilize this with Wraths too. Again, you can go, okay, I attack with this, it blinks all my creatures. Again, whatever. When they come back, I get all those amazing ETBs. Great, good for me. But in the meantime, Wrath of God. Let's just destroy everything. Sure, I lose my golden Argosy, but I take out all my opponent's creatures and it's a one-sided board wipe because my creatures will come back later. So yeah, this is a great card that can, again, be flexible. It can help you with, mass blink. It can help you with, mass and a one-sided board wipeness. It's a fun card. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Make sure you comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.